Hi everyone, it's Esther Herbert. I'm in for another video visit and I am just so delighted to be here with you this morning. It's a cold one in southern Ontario, and a lot of what I'm going to talk about today is mental health in relation to the weather. So if you happen to live in a snowy part of your country, northern US or Canada, almost anywhere, it is a very long, arduous winter. Now, that isn't every winter, but this last winter that's still raging on, as you can tell by the snow behind me, it seems to have been interminable. It started in November, and it hasn't really let up since then. So what do you do with that, especially if your mood is closely related to the weather? There's many people that have SAD, seasonal affective disorder, and when it's gloomy and dark and gray, snowy, bitterly cold, their mood plummets. And even for us that do not have that particular disorder, it affects us. And it is a very hard thing to live with, and it's a hard thing to manage, because I love the snow, but even myself, I have gotten sick of it just because there's too much, too long, too much shoveling, and of course, hard to drive in. So, what do you do to make sure that your mood doesn't completely deteriorate because you're in a very long and arduous winter? I think it parallels a lot of things in our lives because, when we're going through tough times of any kind, I have a best friend that's going through a really, really rough time, not finding the right medication, not finding the right procedures, not finding the right therapy, and this has been going on for years. So she has had to battle that on and off, like I said, for a long, long time. And it's almost next to impossible not to get discouraged and wonder, am I going to ever get well? Am I going to get back on track? Am I going to be the old me that I used to be? Am I going to be a different version of me? And is it going to be good? Am I going to be able to relate to people and have fun and enjoy my life again? And that's how a lot of people feel during these long, long winters. And well, what I guess I do is I try to think of, something good, like on a sunny day. It's like, okay, it may be really cold, but the sun shines out, vitamin D, get out there and try to experience the fresh air. Bundle up, of course, because it's so cold, but get out there and go, this sunshine is kind of like, instead of a tease of what might come later in spring and summer, just look at it as, okay, there is that hope and that assurance that something good is around the corner. Now, I understand that around the corner can take eons, but if you have that mindset that it's coming, it gives you a tiny little glimmer of hope. There's that flicker of flame of hope inside of you that can actually, as time goes by and you nurture it and so forth, it can ignite. And you can find yourself going, wow, I'm happy even in the midst of this winter, or I'm okay in the midst of everything I'm battling because I have some hope. So I'm thinking for you, if you can foster it, whether with a great conversation with someone you love, or if you watch a movie that makes you laugh and gives you hope for the future, or if you're reading a really good book that engrosses you and makes you feel good about life. Music is also another great way. I know these things, you go, yeah, I've tried them and they don't work. All I can say, and I can empathize greatly with you, but try again, because there will be something that will click with you and give you hope to go, okay, this winter is going to end. It'll be spring, there'll be flowers everywhere, and the next thing you know, for my passion, I'll be swimming. So that's something that I have to look forward to, and I hope and I pray that you find that something in the midst of your winter that will give you hope for the summertime. Okay? So God bless you. Remember, more than anything, you and your mental health are very important. Okay? And I'll talk to you next time. Okay, bye-bye.